because Bailey is really quite a baby, even though he's 9 years old. He hasn't really done anything. So from his riding development point of view, he's still very much a baby. So we're giving him lots of different exercises to make it interesting, but then we're doing that with the other horses as well that are much older and much more established. But just trying to make it interesting, giving lots of different exercises. This one is actually really quite a hard exercise because the horses have to go on a small circle, and they have to lift their legs, so they have to balance, and it is adding a little bit of interest. Here, the next exercise is also a track exercise, where you have to get to an obstacle where there's something that you need to move or to lift. And I think this is a good exercise to teach him to hold in a specific spot. And then here we have the brush, and I thought I'd just make it as a little reward for him to be a good boy. Um, and so he gets a nice little brush for stopping well. And so here he stops again quite well, and I can put the brush back. So here we go on that tight circle the other way around. I do think he's doing it quite well, better than I had anticipated, because he's a very stumbly, blundery horse. But he's starting to be a little bit more careful, and he's trying a little bit harder to get it right. So I'm actually quite pleased with him there. Surprisingly good.
Good. Yeah. Good. Good man. Well done. Yes. Good.
Here I'm trying to introduce unilateral leg aids, and we're trying to do a little bit of lateral work, a little bit of leg yielding. I think I'll have to be really careful with it because he does trip so much, and I have seen him stepping on his own feet as well. So I think I need to do more forward work than sideways work with him because he is just so clumsy. And I'm just a bit worried that he might trip if I ask for too much. And obviously, in training terms, he is a young horse, so I have to give him the best possible chance and set him up in a way that is kind of doable for him. But the main aim for me is also that he will learn to respond to unilateral leg aids, especially with regard to his steering problems. He's as you've probably seen in other videos, it's difficult sometimes to steer him, and he's trampled over the cones on a few occasions. So the more responsive he is to relatively light unilateral aids, I think the easier the steering will become. And you can see here he's trying again. I have to be really, really firm with my body on my right side there, because it's not just a leg aid that you give, it's a whole body aid actually that you give for the leg yielding. You can see that he has his mouth open a lot, even though you can see that my reins are quite long and I don't give him very strong rein aids, but that's just how he responds to the reins. And here we're trotting again. I'm kind of getting a little bit more used now to the saddle and to the way he throws me, but it's really, really hard work riding him because you need a lot of body strength, not well, partly to control him, but also even just to stay on him in a coherent manner, because he throws you so much, and that saddle, that treeless saddle, is not really helping at all. But I'm kind of finding the right amount of firmness to stay on him and not stifle him.